Jonathan Pitts, and I am the founder and CEO of Greater Works Enterprises, LLC, and I'm going to talk to you about entrepreneurship. First of all, let me pose a question. Who in here has a dream? Everybody have a dream? All right. So the amazing part was that what GR was talking about in that first song was about the concept of belief. You have to have something that you're believing for. So I'm getting ready to talk about entrepreneurship, but it starts with something that you believe. It starts with an unction. It starts with something that you have a dream about. What's your dream? What's your dream?
Being a basketball player.
All right, what's your dream? All right. That's what I'm talking about. I want, you know, so beyond being a basketball player, what else?
1107.
Oh, okay.
Come on. 1107.
One more time.
Being a pastor.
I said being a pastor. There you go. So all of you in that moment, what we did with the young men is we talked about their dreams. The astronaut, it's kind of like I got to meet the first black NASA administrator who was appointed by Barack Obama. His name is Charles Bolden. And amazingly, one thing I was in the midst of doing a project of computer science back in Huntsville at Alabama A&M University, and got to shake the hands of this great man. Not too many people might know his name or put it together, but that is a name you need to know, astronaut Charles Bolden, the first black NASA administrator. Amen.
Amen.
But so when we talk about entrepreneurship, the reason why I posed the question about a dream is because you have to understand that your dream is going to cost you something. If you're going to take this concept of a dream, I want to be this business owner, I want to have 10 million employees, I want to do this and I want to do that, it's going to cost you something. But without getting too spiritual and all of that, I want to tell you right now, your dream is going to cost you money.
Jesus.
If nobody else tells you the truth about entrepreneurship, it's going to cost you money. Say money.
Money.
And a lot of money.
Lot of money.
Can I also be real with you? Entrepreneurship. If you want to go down this road, you're going to lose a lot of money too.
Yes, sir.
How many in here, the grown folks, have ever tried to start a business before? How many of you would say that your business venture was successful? I take note that 2 out of the 12 to 13 did not raise their hand when they said successful. But how many of you would raise your hand and say that you learned something out of that? Oh yeah, you learned something about business, right? So the whole concept is when I tell you up front that you're going to lose money, that is not to keep you from your entrepreneurship dreams. What that is doing is I'm setting a tone of reality about entrepreneurship. I have been an entrepreneur, you could say technically, for at least 10 years. Greater Works started off as a vision in my head. And it has taken 10 years to get it to where it is today, where we're doing publishing, where we publish authors, majority Christian and spiritual authors, but really anybody that does not denounce Jesus Christ as God, we're good for the most part. If you got a problem with Jesus, there are other publishers out there. We also do business planning. We also do talent and HR, so everything that the brother was talking about business dress and getting ready for interviews and all that, we do that as well as just making sure that we're able to counsel you, through your processes and everything that you desire to do. So this is what we do at Greater Works Enterprises, LLC. Now, this started off as a dream a long time ago, and guess what? There were many bumps and bruises. I am the president and CEO of Greater Works. But guess what? There were times I didn't want to be president and CEO anymore, because guess what? There are bills, there are things you got to do, there are laws you have to follow. So the next thing I'll say is that if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to study. Say study.
Study.
You got to study. And what do you need to study? You need to study everything. You need to study math, you need to study people, you need to study politics, because you need to understand how the political agenda of one party versus another party can affect your business directly.
Free.
You need to study taxes. You need to know what the IRS is going to do, what the IRS expects out of you, because guess what? The IRS is going to take your money.
money.
All right.
Jesus.
They're gonna take your money. Let me just as a side note. Did you guys know that there's such a thing called a business privilege tax in Alabama?
Wow.
Have you guys heard of that before? Basically, to do business in Alabama, every single year you have to pay a minimum of $100 or a percentage of what your business makes, whatever is the greater. So it is, when I was learning about that, that's a business privilege tax. Basically, to exist, you got to pay taxes.
Wow.
To exist. So basically, you have to make sure that you study, that you understand all of these principles. Let me also throw this out here. You cannot be an entrepreneur and be lazy at the same time.
Come on.
All right. So we got a pastor wannabe, we got Bishop in the house, and we got those that are. Who else is in ministry? Anybody else in ministry? Oh, we got some ministers in the house. Aha! Oh, hallelujah! Right? All right. Anyway, we got some ministers. I'm a minister too. But the amazing part is that you have to, even in ministry, you got to be ready for the entrepreneurial side of ministry.
That's right.
Let's just be real. You need to be ready for the business side of ministry. I don't know what it is about when you get called to ministry. Why nobody tells you about the money side of running a church? I've been over the finances of a church before. It is not fun. Because the amazing part about it is that you run an event like this. By the way, well done, Michael Vines. This event is awesome. Guess what? One thing he and I were talking before the event started, I said, you learned something putting this together, didn't you? You had to be the event manager, you had to be the project manager, you had to be the financer, you had to get people to give some money, you had to get people to show up, you had to pull on some like, guess what? Church is the same thing. Basically, you're giving money, you're giving your heart and your soul and all that, and at the same time, you still got to manage the 501c3 aspect and report to the IRS. How much you gave, all of that stuff. Because you have to have a business mind to be a pastor. So before you ever sell short another preacher, you better understand that there is an entrepreneurial mind behind that pulpit.
Wow, that's good.
All right. So you need to study. You need to make sure that you're not lazy, because guess what? You're gonna lose out on a lot of things if you're lazy. You need to understand it's gonna cost you money. But also, let's put this out here. You need to make sure you have a purpose. Okay. This one is extremely important because entrepreneurs, I believe the proper statistic, and anybody can look this up and find out what the right statistic is. I believe it is around 3 to 5 or 4 out of 5 businesses shut down within the first 5 years of operation. Why is that? Because usually it's a money issue, usually it's a management issue, sometimes it's all types of issues, but I can wrap it around this one thing. They didn't feel purpose behind it. What makes an enduring business, like I said, I've been building this, it's had multiple names. This specific business, Greater Works, has had multiple names over the course of years, but it's been enduring for 10 years or so because I saw purpose in it. There's purpose. It's part of my purpose. It's part of what I do. It's part of how I serve. It's part of what my wife and I do together. It brings us together in marriage. This is part of what we do. My entire family is involved in this. There's purpose. Say purpose.
Purpose.
All right. So if there's not a purpose, then what's the point? Are you just trying to make money? If you're just trying to make money, trust me, you're not going to last very long. If you are all about money, don't get started as an entrepreneur, please. Because what will end up happening is that when the money runs out, you're going to give up and go run off and go do something else. And the people that you employ, the people that feel the purpose in you, you said, hey, this is going to be what we're going to do, and we're celebrating and all this stuff, and 3 years later the money runs out, you don't have anything to drive you further beyond the trials of business. This is business. Say, this is business. This is business. So you have to have purpose. You need to know your personal purpose and your business's purpose before you get started. Don't try to figure out your purpose after you get started, because you're just going to cause confusion to yourself. You're going to cause confusion to the employees that are working with you, and all of that. Trust me, you need to know your purpose. So, what are you going to lose a lot of when you get started? Money. I am not trying to keep people from starting businesses, but I'm also trying to make it real, because let me put it this way. If you are attached to money, if money's the only reason you're going into business, go get a job.
Wow.
Jobs pay you money. You work 9 to 5 to get money, right? If you're going into business, there's so many ups and downs to business. People, you don't know. If you start getting to be the CEO of a corporation that has 40,000 employees and all of that, you don't know what's going to happen. You might get sued. But if you're attached to money, you can't see beyond the trial. So don't be attached to money if you're going to start a business. Okay? Last big point, and I just need to be very, very real with you on this. If you're going to go into entrepreneurship, you need God.
Amen.
Can we give God when it comes to the ups and downs of business and what it takes to keep a business running, you need Jesus. I'm telling you, you need to pray. You need to. There are times you're going to need to fast. There are times there are going to be people you're going to try to do business with, and God's going to tell you, don't go into business with that person, no matter how much money you can get out of the deal.
Wow.
The reason why is because you have no idea what that person might set up in the background with the business dealings. There are contracts you need to read. There are about 37,000 pages to that contract, and that one page in the middle you decided not to read is the one page that got you caught up.
Wow.
Say, I need God.
I need God.
You need God to be the head of your business. I'm telling you, He is the one that will tell you what to do. You need the Holy Spirit to guide you in all this. So don't forget Jesus as you move forward. That's the big thing. And you need to pray your dream into reality. Also, go to church. I know this kind of turned into a sermon. I'm just being real about business. Go to church. Pay your tithe.
Come on.
Pay your tithe.
Come on.
I'm telling you, I'm a living witness to watching what God has done. Just even in the publishing sector of our business, this is what, the beginning of May, we've got 8 authors that have already come on board, either that are finished publishing or in the process of publishing and all of that. And literally, these are people that I've never talked with before as the CEO. These are connections like that have heard about us. You see us on our website, jpministries.org. And the amazing thing about it is that these connections keep coming. And I honestly I tell you, I'm tired back to the fact that I'm tired. Because God favors those titles. God favors the offering.
Right.
So why am I telling you all of this? Because if you're attached to your money and you're not giving your tithes and you're not giving your offering, you're gonna stumble in business too. Because you're attached to the money. There has to be a purpose. Because trust me, the money's coming. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 29 says, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings, and he shall not stand before mean men." Say, I'm a king.
I'm king.
Especially all brothers, say, I'm a king. The amazing part about this is that as you go into entrepreneurship, you're basically going into kingship. That's not my notes. I did not plan on saying that. When you go into entrepreneurship, you're going into kingship. One thing G.I. and I were talking about right before we started this entire program was I was asking what's the difference between being independent with your music and being on a label. And he was letting me know the ins and outs and all that. And so the amazing part is that basically as an independent artist, what he's done is he's declared himself king of his music. I don't have anybody controlling my music in the background saying that I have to make 3 albums in 4 years, when God had to put that in me. I have to come up with some random stuff. No, I do it when God tells me to do it. So basically when you go into entrepreneurship, you are going into kingship and you are walking in royalty and authority. Okay? So make sure to watch your money. That's basically why are you going into business? To make money, right? Right? That's the main purpose. But let me also tell you, if you are attached to the money, then you're going to stumble and you're going to struggle. It's going to be tough because the times when your books are in the red, you're going to be stressed and strained out. But if you've got God at the helm, trust me, you're going to make it through. Any quick questions about entrepreneurship before I go? Anyway, this is an open forum. I'll make it an open forum if you have any questions about it. By the way, you'll note the last 3 letters I said about Greater Works Enterprises, LLC. There are multiple types of corporations. I'm also the CEO of JP Ministries. That is a nonprofit corporation. So to quickly go over those, you have INC, which is your incorporated body. That is a represented entity of a business. You have an LLC, and all of this is basically, it helps you to derive how you're going to handle your taxes. You also have LPs that are limited partnerships. You have all types of business entities that you can structure that would be best for your tax situation. At the end of the day, it's how you handle your money, how you handle your business, and how you end up handling your partnerships and everything that comes with the business that makes you determine what you're going to do. From a nonprofit perspective, if you desire to go into a nonprofit, there are a lot of ministers in here. If you're going to build a nonprofit, the first step is incorporation. That is, you're going to register your corporation with the state of Alabama. That is approximately $100. That's a registration process that goes to the Secretary of State, and then also you have to register with your county. For instance, if you're here in Shelby County, you would register with Shelby County. And then on top of that, you have the 501c3 process. A lot of people don't understand those are two different things. Okay? Just because you're incorporated does not mean that you are tax exempt as an entity. You have to first incorporate, meaning that you are now Ministry XYZ, INC. Then you also have to register your 501c3. That makes you tax exempt in your city and in your county and recognized by the IRS. That 501c3 is very, very important. That means you can go buy a church van, make sure that it's being used for ministry purposes, and people can donate to your organization and write it off on their taxes. If you do not have 501c3 in place, that means the people that donate cannot write it off on their taxes, and the IRS will come and get that money back. Did I say study? You haven't studied. I know I'm up here in a polo and jeans, but I study to show yourself approved. I can come up here in the suit. Yeah, I can get up here in the suit and represent. But the whole point being that you have to study to show yourself approved. And in this vein, you do not want to mess up the money of your business. Okay? I'm also available. My website is www.jpministries.org. You can click on the Greater Works Enterprises banner and check out what we're doing and all of that. Matter of fact, we've got two of our authors in here right now, Shadaria and Erica, and some more that are pending. And guess what? Business is about a whole lot of advertising too. I'm actually talking to all of my Facebook friends right now. Thank you, Erica, I appreciate it. And so at the same time, this is what you're going to do. This is all business strategy. We've been talking with Michael about helping to set up this event. We've been talking business strategy, how to connect with these young men, how to keep them connected, keep them engaged. This is all business strategy, entrepreneurship. Go be a king. Go be a king.